Well, a Mercedes-Benz leased by Dr. Nandi Pamakudumana was found abandoned in Zimbabwe. A private security company believes it was used as a getaway vehicle in the Thabo escape. The Facebook rapist is on the run after faking his death and escaping prison last year. A video of Makudumana being confronted by debt collectors has now gone viral. And ENCA senior reporter Slindelo Masikane has more.
So
this is no one's fighting over
the
the
purchase price. I said you paid 600 or 650, am I correct? But there's still a balance of 700 outstanding. How are we going to get that 700?
So what they're willing to do is drop the case against you. Devon doesn't want to there is a case, but Devon said we can do this amicably. All he wants is his money, and then
I'll give you everything.
This is your copy. So what we're willing to do is we'll go fetch the car from the border.
We can't get the car. I'll be honest with you, we're blessing to get the car.
It's a big mission. Devon just wants his money.
This video was recorded last month after the owner of a Mercedes-Benz tracked down Dr. Nandi Pamakudumana to try and make her pay a 700,000 rand bill that she owes for the car.
He wants the 700, which is fair, ma'am. You know, he helped you, he trusted you, and you went back on your word. You haven't paid him in full. So you just need to pay him the outstanding 700,000 and he'll leave it. Otherwise, he wants to go to the extent of putting everything over social media. You don't want that kind of thing, you know what I mean? You don't want bad exposure.
This lease agreement between Dr. Nandipa and the owner of the car was signed 7 days after Thabo Besta's elaborate escape from prison. Investigators believe the car, which has been deserted in Zimbabwe, was going to be used to disappear.
According to our investigations and the way that Thabo Besta has planned this whole escape, he would have left certain vehicles with those who is involved with him on certain spots, so that in case he has to flee the country, like in this situation, he left the car on the no man's land, so that when they need to quickly leave, there's already a vehicle available. And that's what we think has happened here. A vehicle was bought and it was parked and left there. They came back to South Africa because, remember, he wasn't wanted then. Remember, the public must remember, this whole time until recently, who was looking for Thabo Besta? Because all the information was enforced on everybody involved that he committed suicide and that he didn't escape. So everybody was not concerned where he is and what's his whereabouts. So he carried on in South Africa as normal, hiding in plain sight, but being constantly on the alert whether the information with DNA and forensic information will identify him. And that, to us, is disastrous that it took so long. But anyway, extreme corruption was committed by everybody at that stage that said that Thabo has escaped, and it's not him, the dead body in the cell that was burned. And there was nothing done about it.
One legal expert says Dr. Nandipa can still save herself.
If one looks at what is the aim and purpose of Section 204, Section 204 can maybe say, for instance, and I will use an example. I don't know if you can remember the Oscar Pistorius trial. There was this guy called Darren Fresco. He was with Oscar somewhere at Valdam where they discharged a firearm. In exchange for his testimony and truthful testimony, the state then made him what they call a 204 witness, so that he can actually give evidence that will incriminate him, but in actually getting the person that they want to get. So you will give like evidence that incriminates you, but you will then indemnify it. And that's what they call the indemnity. So that 204 indemnity, to say that they will not charge you if you give honest and frank answers to the questions when you are cross-examined or lead as a witness in the state's case. So I think in this case for Nandipa, who is the wife stroke, girlfriend stroke, I don't know what one wants to call her at this point in time, of this alleged Thabo Besta guy, she can be afforded that opportunity to be a 204 witness.
While the manhunt continues, Police Minister Begitele says a breakthrough is imminent. Slindelo Masikane, Durban.